So again, welcome. I'm Nathan Riding with Rising Heart Grounded Mind, and welcome to Free Healing Meditation Mondays, a space and place where you can get rested, recharged, recentered, so you can start your week off in a great way. This is just a space for you and anyone else that wants to benefit and experience this type of meditation, this more active visualization type of meditation to find your space and your ground. So today I want to talk about something that I'm experiencing. I think many people are experiencing, and that is this notion of resting. I don't know about y'all, but I've been really tired lately. And feels like I can't quite recover myself some days. I get going, but it still can be a challenge. And so I want to talk a little bit about this subject and focus on this during our meditation today. One of the things that we have to do when we come into these bodies on this planet is we have to develop a personality and have an ego, have a reason to be here, a real strong, edge to our lives. We're born, we grow, we go to school, we learn, we go out into the world, whether having families or creating a career, but we're creating this sharpened edge or identity. And this is all really important, to have this, to be in the world and to make our way in the world. But as you know, with the pandemic and all the changes in the world, a lot of people have been reconsidering who they are and what's going on with themselves and how they're engaging in the world. And so people are really in a place of evaluation. And this has a lot to do with our third chakra. To create that ego, that personality, takes a lot of energy. And our stomach area, our third chakra, is sort of the power plant of our bodies. And we have to exert our energy every day to do all the things we need to do every day. And so this is such an important point in our energy body system in maintaining our identity, our ego, and helping us navigate this world. But as we have, like I said, been through the pandemic, we're beginning to question what we value, what really does matter. Is that body mind system, the ego, that's important for us to have purpose in the world? Is it in right alignment with all the things that we're doing? And when it's not, we get tired. When we're pushing too much, when we're focusing on things that are a little bit out of balance. We have to struggle to be in balance. And when we're not in balance, we're going to get tired. And the world is not in order, as you know. It's very much out of balance. And the world is being challenged and being told, hey, and all of us in it are like, well, you got to find your balance. You've got to get in more harmony with all the rest of the life forms in this world and amongst your fellow human beings. And so as we do that, we're really in this time of introspection. And one way of looking at balance is the in and out breath. You're breathing in, you're taking in, and then you breathe out, And if you don't have breath, then you're not going to be here. And that is a balance point within ourselves. It's a thing that we use in meditation a lot to find it. But it is sort of some way to think about this in some ways. If we are, out of balance in any part of our lives, we're going to get tired. And rest is going to elude us. So the world's really out of balance. We've been walking through, over the last couple of weeks, meditations about coming into our bodies more, realizing what's here in our bodies. And sometimes the shock of the truth of the reality of our bodies and what's in here can be overwhelming. And also there might be a lot of material that we need to let go of to get back into balance. We need to do some things to change that. And we realize how tired we are trying to hold up weights that we can no longer keep on holding, meaning responsibilities, burdens, things that are not really never were ours, but we've been taking on unconsciously. And so as we've been coming more into our bodies in the last couple of weeks, we're coming to greater realization of where we're not in balance. It can be painful, it can be intense, and we start to realize where we need to let go of things and come back into balance so we can be rested and ready to create a world that works better for everybody. So I want you to just keep that in mind as we move into our meditation, because when we get into the balance point, notice the fourth chakra, the one in the middle, that's the one in the middle. It's the balance point in the body. And that's where our purpose is. And that's where we can really be fully active in creating a world that is in harmony. As we're moving from that forcing that, everything's about me kind of orientation in the world. Maybe it's not you personally, but the world is definitely that way. People are very self-centered. We move up to that fourth chakra, the heart, where we're in balance. Things will be different. We can find our rest in our true purpose. When you're doing what you love, it's not work. When you're doing what you came here to do, it's not hard. I mean, it can be hard work, right? But you love it. So it's a different type of thing. And in that, there can be rest. So rest is a lot of things. I just want to kind of lay that out there for you. And I just want to invite you to think about that as we move into meditation. So why don't you just go ahead and find your feet on the floor. Just go ahead, and as I was talking about the breath, just take in a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, and breathe out all the heavy energy. And then just go ahead and take in another deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, and just tune into the energy of today. Today is May 23rd, 2022. I just invite you to gently close your eyes. And then just take another deep breath. And then as you breathe out, just tune into the rhythm, the measure, the movement of the universe. Just allow yourself to just be aware of your body. And those breaths are allowing you to begin to land in your body. Just through this meditative process, we're kind of stopping what we're doing. We're taking some deep breaths. And we're allowing ourselves to come home a little bit more into our body. Instead of having all of our focus and attention externally, we're bringing everything back to ourselves, which is some of the first steps of just to stop and then start to land into our body, bring our attention to our body through our breath. And this alone is a process of beginning to signal the body that you're resting. But now I want to take it a step further into the deeper part of resting, where we can begin to heal ourselves and forgive ourselves where we've been out of balance. So go ahead and bring your attention and focus to the center of your head, about 2 feet or 2 inches behind your eyes is this space or place where I want you to put your attention. Just see a chair there. In your mind, you can create an image of a chair and allow yourself just to have a seat right there in the center of your head. It could be any chair you like, a leather chair, it could be a lounge chair, it could be a blanket on the grass, just a place that you've created where you're focusing your attention and you're comfortable. Just allow yourself to sink in a little bit deeper into this place. Allow yourself to really, really be present in this space for you. And as you do that, you take another deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. As you breathe out, just sink more into that chair in the center of your head. And from this place, as you've established this sanctuary for yourself in the center of your head, I want you to create a connection. Imagine yourself connecting the tip of your spine, the sacral floor, the first chakra, which is the base of your spine, and see a connection that goes all the way to the center of the earth. And it can be anything that you want it to be. It can be an anchor and chain. It can be a beam of light. It can be a tree trunk with the branches grabbing onto your lower body and the roots rooting into the center of the iron core of the planet. But just make it very real and very concrete for you, connecting you to the earth in a much more powerful way. And as you do that, make sure that it's as wide as your hips, and the width of that connection is maintained all the way down to the center of the planet. You can do this without any effort. Just have that be your intention, or you can take a look and see it, but don't go into any effort. Just know that it's happening. And as that happens, the gravity begins to overtake this connection. The gravity of the earth begins to start to pull on your body. And as it does so, all the limitations, the challenges that you're carrying that you can release start to come out of you. And just have the intention that this space all around you, 2 to 3 feet, all around you, above and below, left and right, front and back of you, is also connecting into that connection to the earth, this grounding connection to the earth, and starting to pull on your body. And the earth is always working to bring herself into proverbial balance. And by creating this connection, you're reminding your body, which is your vehicle to get around in this planet, that it also is part of her, made of the elements of the earth, and that it reminds the body to start to bring itself back into more balance, to match the energy of the earth. And that's what we're trying to do to get in a state of rest. We need to be in balance. When there's balance, there's peace. So go ahead and allow all of the limitations, all the effort that you're in right now from your day, just start to come out of your stomach. Just breathe. Breathing in, taking in the breath, and then breathing it out, signaling to the body that we're coming into balance, and we're signaling the body it can rest. And as you do that, a huge amount of energy is just starting to come out of you. Our intention is to get to this balance point, to this place of rest, and you're doing that in this meditation. And as that energy is coming out of you, all of the stress in your neck and your shoulders, where we tend to carry a lot of stress, starts to come off of you. That connection to the head and the back of the head, where this vertebra connects to the skull, and the shoulders, where you might be carrying lots of responsibilities and burdens that are not yours. They just very easily, without effort, start to come out of you, out of your body. Just allow that to happen. The earth is doing all the work. And any of the telepathic communication that you've received through today or this last week, where people are urging you to work harder or to do things you don't want to do, where it's causing you to be in any way not in balance, I just invite you to allow that to come out, and allow the earth just to take that communication out of your telepathic channels, which is around your ears, your forehead. There's a lot more telepathic energy than you realize that you're dealing with. So I just invite you to just release that pressure on your head. And as you do that, you can just take another deep breath and breathe. Again, you keep signaling to your body that it can be in balance. Just begin to release any of the unconscious material that you accumulated this week, whether it's around your body or in your body. Maybe there's pain that has come up over the last week. It's been very intense, a lot of material, emotional material, people's grief around isolation, people's grief around relationships, grief around money, grief maybe even around home. Just begin to release all of that grief that may have come up this week, and just begin to allow it to spill out and go down into the grounding. The earth's doing all the work and is allowing you to get into a more calm and restful state as you begin to let go of that. And this grief may not be yours. Could be grief from other people, people around you, people that you're worried about. Just let that come out of you. Any worries you may have, whatever they're related to, just begin to let them come out. Maybe it's worry about money. Again, maybe it's worry about relationships. Maybe it's worry about the world. Just let that start to come out of you. All of that material is just releasing. The earth is doing all the work and taking it out of your sphere, out of your space, the area around you and in your body. As you do that, you just be able to come home more and more into the body. And as you land more in the body and as this material comes out, you actually become more restful, full of rest. When you create room and space for yourself, you have room for you and therefore can rest. You're not in stress. You're not resisting. You're not externalizing your energy so much. You're not pushing so much. You are calm and in you. You're not having to prove yourself. You're not out there demonstrating your value through your ego. You're just being. And in that being, there's a lot of rest. So anywhere where you are pushing too hard to prove yourself, to create the money for yourself that you're trying to create, or the external life that the world has programmed you to have, like having a certain house or a certain type of relationship, or making a certain amount of money, or being in a certain career, I just invite you to start to let that go. Those things will all still be there when we're done with this meditation. I just invite you to be just really let that go for a minute. Give yourself the break. And let go of any place where you're just driving yourself, like where there's that talk within yourself that might be in your throat, where you're not enough. You're not doing enough because you haven't completed this list of things that the society, institutions, religions, or whatever has decided you should be doing and that you have believed you should be doing. So just begin to let that all go and drop away. Whether it's on your in your back, in your nervous system, just to let that come out of you and let your nervous system just release any stresses, any overstimulation, anything at all that's keeping you in a state of dis-ease. Just allow that to come out of you more and more and more. Just really release. Just let go. And as you do so, you're just starting to get so much more room for yourself. You're landing so much deeper and deeper into your body. Everything's slowing down. And the earth and the gravity is just helping take all of that pressure, that energy, particularly in our culture and society in America, that makes you have to just be on the go all the time. Drive. Just let go of that need to be driven. And now, as we're really getting more of our space, I want you to be back in the center of your head in that chair. Be aware of that chair in the center of your head. And there's another place where we really need to go and rest every day to recharge our bodies, to clean our organs and systems. And we spend about 7 to 8 hours, hopefully, doing that in our sleep time. And there's a space where you go every night, whether you know it or not, where that occurs. And so I want you to imagine right out in front of you, there's an oval shaped, kind of like egg shaped bubble. And that's the space where you go every night when you sleep. And I want to invite you to just be aware of that. Be aware of that space. And if you'd like, you could see a little connection from the grounding that you created is going up into that sphere. This is a little grounding for that space. It could be that anchor and chain, it could be a beam of light or the waterfall or just a branch coming off the tree trunk. But this is this space, and the gravity is really starting to hold and pull on that. And this space, anywhere where there's any energy that would keep you from sleeping and regenerating yourself in this space, is starting to come out of it, down that connection, down into the grounding, down into the earth. I just invite you to just allow that to work, allow that to come out of you, out of your body, out of your space, out of this space that, whether you know it or not, you go to every night. And any of the programming from our culture and our society and institutions that says you have to be revved up all the time, that's between you and this space, whether you acknowledge or know that it's there or not, this space can be very vulnerable to that programming. And I just invite you to allow that to come out of this space and out of the space between you and it, the space between your body and this space where you sleep. So just really begin to allow that grounding to really help it all release. The main grounding and this connection to this oval shaped egg space. Just allow it to come out of you. The earth is doing all the work. There's no effort. This space is the place where we dream, where we go and we meet other friends. It's where we can have nightmares. It's where we try out things before we create them in the physical world. And so if there's anything that's keeping you from fully accessing the best and greatest benefits of rest and of this sleep, including remembering your dreams, having good dreams, having good restful sleep, I just invite you to release all of that material and ask the grounding to just do that. It's doing it with no effort. It's coming right out of you. No problem. It's like dropping a brick out of an airplane. That gravity just takes over and there's nothing that's going to stop it. That's what's happening to this material in between you and your body and in this space where you go when you sleep. Any energy, any thoughts, the program that's generating nightmares or low-level dreams is starting to come out of you. Anything at all, any program from anyone, maybe your family members or friends, just allow that to come out of you. That might be in the way of you sleeping well. Any trauma or pain that is keeping you from sleeping well, just allow that to come out of this space. And anywhere else in your body that would keep you from being able to have that really benevolent sleeping space. There's a lot of energy here because this space is highly related to our stomach, our third chakra, which is creating our physical reality. And our heart's our purpose. It's supporting, it's the foundation of our heart, which is our purpose. And there's a lot of agendas that don't want us to have our purpose. So just invite you to ask this space to release any energy that would keep it from supporting your purpose. Because a lot of time in this dream space is where our waking reality gets created. We need to be in right alignment with our true purpose from this place. So just invite you to release any last energy here that would keep you from being really connected and really in alignment with your purpose. Because now more than ever, we need to be in balance, and the earth will be in balance when we all can be living from our purpose. Just allow that to come out of you. Allow any other energy that you wish to release to come out of you in your body, whether it's the astral body, this dream sleep space, or it's your physical body. And then what I'd like you to do, once you've released enough energy from here, I'd like you to just let go of that extra grounding that we created for this bubble around you. And then I would like you to just see yourself, bring it into your body, just begin to absorb it, can come right into the front of you, just coming into your whole body. You're absorbing it, taking in that healing, and allowing yourself to really fill in so that when you do go to sleep tonight, all the cells of your body, every part of you will have absorbed that and will be ready to enter that space. And it will just go to the right place. There's no right or wrong here. The earth is holding you and supporting you, and all these processes and systems are all getting put back into the right order. So you don't need to worry in your mind about what's happening here. You're just taking that back into yourself in the right way, in the right space, with your intention. And as you bring your focus back to the center of your head and that chair in the room in the center of your head, I just invite you to look up and to see a point of light, which is your energy. And I invite you to see it as a magnetic energy that's calling all of the energy that can now come back to you from wherever you left your energy today, yesterday, over the weekend, last week, at your job, or at home, or on the airplane, or in the car, or on the train. If you went on a boat, all the conversations with people, all the surfing the internet, whatever you've done, just begin to call that all back to you. And as you do, this light becomes very big and very bright, bigger than a beach ball above your crown. This is your light in your life, your intelligence, your love for yourself. And in it has the peace and the balance that you're seeking to support you on your path so that you can be fully rested regardless of what you're doing. So you can meet the world tomorrow with anticipation and with excitement and delight for the world. Because when you're rested, that's what happens. So I invite you to bring that beautiful golden energy into your crown, filling up this room in the center of your head, filling up your jaw, filling up your neck, filling up your shoulders, filling up your heart and lungs, filling up your back, all the way down to your elbows, down to your digestive tract, down to your sacral floor, all the way down to your knees, down to your ankles, down to your feet, out your hands, really filling you all up, all around you, above and below you, to the left and right of you, to the front and back of you. And as this beautiful golden energy that's yours enters all the cells of the body and the tissues, it's reminding them and reprogramming them to always seek this balance so that you can be at rest in all that you do and feel ease and peace as you walk forward in your life tomorrow and throughout the week and throughout the rest of your life. And when you feel filled up, you can go ahead and open up your eyes and stretch. You can come on up out of the meditation. So I hope this gave you a few things to think about rest, what it is, and how important it is for you and how it's working for you. And I hope you all have a great week. Remember, you can always watch this meditation again on YouTube. You can just search my name. Hopefully it will come up. It's also the link and the reminder that I sent out. And hopefully over the year, there'll be lots of meditations you can always go back to whenever you want, whenever you need a healing. So I really appreciate everything. You're joining me. Please invite your friends so I can continue doing this. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you.